function. Actually, our principal today is intended to join, but due to his official meetings, he couldn't able to join today, and we are starting the function validation session today. So now, let me call upon our faculty, my faculty, today's guest, Mr. To give a invitation to a technical risk during our national conference. That has experience and research lab sets, and he is in our amidst to share his research experience in the field of hardware security. I welcome you, sir, for our National Conference, NCHS 2020. Let me welcome all the faculty, senior professors, and the participants from various institutions, and also the delegates who have presented their papers from AVAT and from Pan India. So I welcome you all to this validation function, and let me welcome and all for this session. Thank you.
It's my privilege to introduce the keynote speaker for the day, Dr. Nalla Anandakumar. Nalla Anandakumar sir is working as a scientist at Society for Electronics Transaction and Security SET, India. In his 12 years of service at SET, he has served as principal investigator, co-principal investigator, and team member of various funded R&D projects in the field of hardware security. He was a visiting researcher at Nanyang Technological University, NTU, Singapore. He received his PhD degree from IIT Delhi, India in 2020. ME degree from Anna University in 2006, BE from GEC Salem in 2003. He has authored more than 15 papers in reputed journals like IEEE Transactions on Circuits and Systems, and many other national and international journals. His research interest includes hardware security and trust, such as physical functions, efficient and secure implementations of cryptography primitives and side channel attacks. We welcome you, sir. Now it's time to hear the words of our chief guest for the day, Dr. Nalla Anandakumar.
So thank you for Dr. Vanita.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, just a wait. Yeah, but actually that I want.
Karthikeyan sir, does the sir has the privilege to share the screen? Please check.
Yes, ma'am. Share can share the screen.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, below that you have a third icon, sir. Mic, video, and then a third one. The upward arrow mark will be there. It's share content. You can share it as a file. You can share it as a window. Both you can do, sir. If you already opened a presentation in your system, share it as a screen, or otherwise share it as a file. Inside you can scroll it, sir.
It's not coming. Yeah, I think.
I think it is sharing, sir. Screen is black.
It is now shared or not?
It is not shared, sir.
Your screen is shared, sir, but the PPT is not yet shared.
So now also, yeah, same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Now it's coming the screen or not?
No, sir.
Oh, sorry. I think this is screen coming very small things actually. That's
Ma'am?
what.
ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் மேடம். மேம் சொல்லுங்க. ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கா? இல்ல ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கா? இல்லன்னா நீங்க அதை அனுப்பிச்சிட்டீங்க சாருக்கு. சப்போஸ்
Rajat,
Participant, just wait a few minutes. Sir is trying to fix the issue. Please kindly cooperate. Please be
Please,
patient.
I can come out again, sign out and come back.
yes,
Yes,
yes, sir. You can
yes,
do it,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Though it is a virtual platform, we will have so many challenges. Kindly
But
adhere
it's
to
showing
it.
your photo only. It's not at all coming anything. That's the problem.
No,
Okay. So share this content. It's coming. Okay. The screen share.
sir.
Yeah.
In that, you can take a files.
Yes, sir. It is showing
Now
that you
your
have
screen is
started.
visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now presentation, please.
Sorry. Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Perfectly
sir.
correct,
Let's go.
sir.
Thank you. Okay, before start my talk, actually, first I would like to thank our previous director, Dr. S.A. Satyamurthy sir, and also I would like to thank Dr. Hema madam for inviting me to this conference as a keynote speaker. I'm happy to give this talk about physically uncontrolled function and its application actually. So I'm going to give today on this talk actually. So physical uncontrolled function that is and its application, the title of the talk. So actually mainly actually this physical uncontrolled function actually it is playing a major role in the hardware security area in the recent days actually. So first one take at this physical uncontrolled function mainly playing a different kind of application in the hardware security, especially for the key generation and authentication application. So mainly this talk I'm going to particularly focus on this topic actually. So I'm going to give this talk actually first. First of all, why we need this pub and concept of pub and different classification of pub and also I'm going to give some different kind of pub designs like and also once we have designed that pubs actually what kind of quality metrics we need, that also we are going to discuss about that, and also different kind of attacks also available some kind of pubs, so that also I'm going to talk about that. Finally I'm conclude with some kind of application. So this is my overall presentation outline of my talk today. First, actually, why we need the secure hardware? First, actually, we want to understand this. So traditionally, conventional cryptographic hardware used for the to provide the communication device for us. So for to communicate between the two people, actually. So if you are going to use some kind of device like our mobile device or some other kind of electronic device, so how to store the device? We are using for this cryptographic algorithm. But this cryptographic algorithm mainly actually normally this cryptographic algorithm it is actually mathematical way is secured. But if it is actually fully it is depending on the keys. These keys actually if it is not properly storing, it is possible to attack in different kind of physical attacks. Such as actually physical attacks nothing but a non-invasive attack and also some kind of invasive attack. I think Sugarna yesterday spoke about non-invasive kind of attacks for in the cryptographic algorithm. So actually, this kind of non-invasive attack, this cryptographic algorithm, it is available, but also this countermeasures already exist for this kind of cryptographic algorithm. But actually, if you are going for another kind of attack, like invasive kind of attacks, so invasive kind of attack, it is a deep patching that actually we want to remove the layer by layer and try to conduct the inside the chip actually, and try to reveal the inside the from the information from the chip itself. So this is actually try to contact with a mechanical probe or focused ion beam. You can directly focus, you send the X-rays or focused ion to the target point and try to reveal this kind of information. But how to protect this kind of attacks? Actually, we need for physical protection mechanism. So that's why we need the secure hardware. Uh, Actually data. So, actually in the normally we have the two types of classical hardware we are used actually so far. This is one for special purpose hardware security module such as trusted platform module (TPM). So another one for general purpose hardware security module, nothing but a HSM. This TPM is actually chip is in the motherboard itself. Actually, it is included in the our many laptops. Our so this is mainly for the cryptographic purpose only. We can store in the cryptographic algorithm and cryptographic keys. So everything, if you want the data store in the secure manner, you want to use this kind of TPM technology. And otherwise, we can go for the general purpose hardware, that is for the hardware security module, that is HSM. If this HSM, we can removal module. So if you want, you can remove, you can fit wherever you want actually. For example, we can use it in the firewall areas, or some other in the atomic security. So we can use for this hardware security module. This, but actually two kind of module actually. It is very too complex. Or if you are going for embedded application, or like for RFIDs, or for example, lightweight devices. But this kind of two kind of security hardware, it is not suitable for particularly, because it is too complex and very much expensive. So that purpose we need for the alternative lightweight solution required, that how to store the, so without storing key, how to generate the key. We want to find out another kind of method. Such kind of method we need actually, that is alternate lightweight solution. So that purpose we use for the physical unclonable function. So this puff actually mainly for using for puff is promising security for mainly for device authentication and the key generation purpose they are using. This puff is generating for the identity signature use of obligation. We will see in the next slide onward. So what is physical unclonable function? So physical unclonable function concept nothing but here to extract unique signature from the manufacturing process variation of silicon device using challenge and response mechanism. So this actually we know actually our human thumb imprint actually biometric thumb impression of the human, everybody having different. We it using that biometric thumb we are using for identification of the human. Same thing actually due to the process variation of the each device, so having the different physical properties. So we are using that physical property to generate the fingerprint of the device. That fingerprint we can use for different kind of applications such as identification, authentication, and also so many applications we can discuss in the later on that the later on the talk. So this every chip, this the response is unique signature. Like actually the signature nothing but a zeros and ones only. Though for example, we are going to generate 256 random bits actually. So out of 256 zeros and ones only occupied on that. So why the process is vary? It is based on the, because each silicon the gate CMOS gate fabrication time. So the gate silicon dioxide, everything in the component is varying. So because of that also on the gate oxide variation and also metal variation. So many inside the process due to this kind of variation, the process variation or the characteristic of the chip also vary. Based on that variation, we are going to generate the unique signature. So that's the beauty of this puff. We are using that signature in different kind of application. We will see how to use on that. So why are puff are important? For example, it's that, so if you are not using security without puff, so the keys are secret key or trusted parties we need for embedded in the secure location. But if you are storing in the this normally this kind of key stored in the memory location. If you are storing this kind of key in the memory location, it is possible to different kind of attacks like the physical attacks and some kind of already discussed. So we are going to use in the FOB in the security. Actually, this FOB itself actually producing the security key based on the process variation. We don't want to store in the any memory. So whenever we want, we can use that. Then you can delete that key. That's the beauty of this FOB technology. So FOB technology are reducing cost and raising the security. So in the hardware security areas. So what are the assumption if you are going to design this physical unclonable function? It is actually a different kind of assumption. If your assumption means if you are follow this kind of security properties, then only if you are going to design this FOB. First, unclonability. So FOB is unique actually due to unpredictable variation of the manufacturing process. So actually, whenever this is the due to the process variation. If you are going to generate different kind of PUF in the different IC, so each IC it will generate the different signature. So we want to so that actually that is the uniqueness property. Then second one for the reproducible property. So this PUF always you want to return the same kind of value. For example, if you are today, if it will generate one kind of output, it is going to use in the next year or another 5 years. So same kind of output we are going to generate or not. This it is must to generate same kind of response if you are using same challenge. It's also one of the important property, and also unpredictability. So if it is difficult to difficult to predict output from the PUF to give you a randomly chosen challenge. That means actually if you are giving to different kind of challenge, if you try to find out output, it is it should not find out the output. That is unpredictability. Tamper resistance means actually if you are going to normally the PUF, if it is opening the devices, so PUF actually inside the characteristic will change automatically, the output will change. That's why the PUF itself it will produce a one kind of tamper evident. So this is the assumption. So somebody interrupt. Yeah. So next one for the different kind of classification of PUF. So PUF is classified in different way. For example, for fabrication method. So another one for the challenge and response method. We can classify in the two ways. So fabrication method normally in the two further classified in the two types. One for and another one for silicon based PUF. Non-silicon means you can use for actually without silicon material, you can generate from the randomness. But actually, if you are going for the silicon PUF, so normally CMOS technology and FinFET technology they are using. So this kind of actually PUF divided in two ways. In for one for delay based and the another one for memory based. So delay based mainly for using difference in wiring delay in the within the circuit. So memory based normally based on the instability of the volatile memory cells. So we can use this kind of volatile memory cell. We are going to generate from this randomness from this volatile memory. Mainly for this PUF, we want to generate the random bits from the either wiring delays or the otherwise not volatile memory cells. So and another way we want to also classify into this PUF for the security based in the strong PUF and weak PUF categories. If you are going to classify it using the security based, you can further classify it as a strong PUF and weak PUF. Strong PUF means so actually the huge number of challenge response were ideally used actually. So this challenge space interface is publicly available. We can use for challenge and response per in the normally it is available in the public manner. So you even attacker also can access to that the challenge response. But actually attacker cannot enumerate all CRB in the within the time period because it is normally we are used for huge number of challenge response per. So attacker cannot find all the response per within the time period. That's the assumption of the strong PUF. So it is example for arbiter PUF and the interforce kind of PUF. So you see the one kind of strong PUF for the arbiter PUF. So that is the arbiter PUF, nothing but a so this is actually it will generate for the pair of identical design delay lines. So if you are choose for this is for example of the diagram, you see this is the upper line and another one for lower line. So we design for this same kind of line using this different component, either marks or some other gates you can use it, but at this it is mainly for actually you can use for this line is both are common, either upper and lower. You want to, if you are going, you need to design the common. So actually, for example, if it identically both was in the same delay, if you are sending the input here, it will reach the output in the, if it is ideal path means it will reach in the same manner. But due to the process variation, what it will happen, actually some of the path it will reach fast, actually either upper path or lower path. So which kind of path it is going to reach, based on that we are going to generate the response. If it is upper path reaching fast, then actually we are going to, it is giving, it is to reach to the arbiter. The arbiter will give the response is 1. It is lower path reach first, then the response it will generate 0. So based on that we are going to generate different kind of output. That output we are going in, that is output nothing but a pub response. That pub response using for different kind of application. So another one for weak pub. So one already discussed strong. Now we are go for the weak pub. So weak pub only few number of challenge response only used, actually. For example, this kind of attacker actually not access to the CRPs like challenge and response. This weak pub. So one where we are going to use means in the key generation areas only. Key generation or seed for PRNG purpose only. Normally, if it is going to use in the key generation, actually within the device only we are going to use in the weak pub. So that purpose actually interface is not available to the attacker. So it is available in the within the device only. It is won't come, the response won't come out, actually. So that's why weak pub actually mainly used for the purpose and the seed for pseudo random number generator application. So this is the so some examples of the pub is SRAM pub, RO pub, latch pub, OTP pub. So this kind of pub mainly used for the weak pub category. So next one for another one kind of designs for ring oscillator. So this is one kind of pub, actually. So how to generate the response using this ring oscillator pub. So we are going to design the ring oscillator in the same identical and also same frequency if it is normal condition, actually. So we are going to generate using in the same kind of inverter. We are going to use some kind of odd number of inverter. This odd number of inverter, it will generate the frequency. So we are going to use in the same identical identical ROs to implement in the hardware. So each RO it will produce the different kind of frequency. So what it will do, actually we are going to, this is the upper path, and the second one is, this is the lower ring oscillator, set up the lower ring oscillator. So we are going to select the challenge from the upper ring oscillator from this set, and the same thing you are select from the lower ring oscillator from this bottom of the one of the ring oscillator, you can select from the bottom of the set. What it will do, this one of the ring oscillator from the upper and another one ring oscillator from the bottom, that output you are going to the counter. So counter on this down link oscillator, it is going to give so bottom counter. So both counter it is counting the value. If you start in the same time, then sometime, then after that you can stop that oscillator. So then you can compare this counter on and the counter to value. Based on that, you are going to generate the response. This response normally it is a random response, because actually due to the process variation, so this kind of ring oscillator normally it is going to generate the random output. That random output it is going to use for different kind of applications. Another one kind of weak pubs is SRAM pub. This is also one kind of it is imbalance between it is generated from two elements of latch. This what it will do, this kind of latch, you see the back-to-back inverter connector. This what happen, normally it will generate zeros and ones, so it will always produce the metastability state. So this actually these values it is going to connected using this hardware and generate the response. Mainly we are going to apply this challenge to what which SRAM going to select. Based on that we are going to generate the response. So this hello. So this response it is going to use for the different kind of different kind of levers. This SRAM fabrication actually normally compared to the digital logic process also we can use that. So, but this kind of SRAM pub, if it is not properly, we cannot implement in FPGA implementation. It is because it is very difficult, because normally SRAM module is not cleared, because recently all kind of FPGA, this SRAM pub power up, it is stored as it is default value, either 1 or 0. So that purpose actually, it is the SRAM kind of pub is fit for the ASIC kind of. So another one for in the, so once you are designed, so we want to the so we want to evaluate using different kind of matrix. So that matrix actually such as uniqueness. So uniqueness, for uniqueness means you can apply the same challenge with a different kind of chips, so it will generate different kind of response or not. We want to check that uniqueness. And the second one for the diffuseness. So diffuseness means if you are going to apply different kind of challenge, so it will generate different kind of response in single IC. That is that kind of property. It is a diffuseness matrix. So another one for the bit IC. So some kind of time actually when different chips may produce nearly identical for press one, which is undesirable effect normally. So uniformity also, if you are going to apply some challenges to the IC, it want to produce the uniform property. For example, it want generate normal for zeros and ones in normally distributed. But otherwise, actually, if it is generate all ones, all zeros, we cannot use for in the any crypto application. That also we want to check that uniform property, and also reliability property also we need actually. So reliability is one of the important. So reliability actually. So whenever puff response, so always we are using in the same in the same conditions for in the temperature. So today temperature and voltage varying, based on that maybe the puff output will vary. So how we want to check the reliability condition also, even we are in the cold place or hot place. Whenever we want to check that puff, we want to generate same kind of reliability. So that's the important property of the one of the puff matrix actually. So second one for actually error correction scheme. So error correction scheme also is very much important to use in the pub technology, because normally what happened actually in the due to the reliability condition, sometime actually the pub is producing a noisy output. So how to remove those kind of noise actually from the pub response is still in the very important. So that purpose actually we are using this error correction methodology. So this error correction we are using for the encryption. Normally, for if you are going for use pub response in the encryption algorithm, actually if it is noisy response, what it will do, even slight changes also, it will produce a large. The output is dramatically changed in the ciphertext. So that purpose actually we want to use in the response without noisy. So what we do actually we want how to use this error correction method in the pub generation. Normally pub is going to generate output. This output, some kind of random you are going to select it. We are using in the as a key in the application scenario. This generation process normally in the manufacturing area, they are only doing this kind of activity. Once they are generating key, they are giving to the PCH encoder. This PCH encoder, they will generate using this helper data. They will generate the syndrome. That syndrome nothing but a helper data syndrome. It will generate 256. This 256 and the pub output 256, you can XOR it, and you can use this helper data whenever you are in the application time. Actually, the reproduce time, we can use this. So that's a so this is the, it's going correctly. Yes, madam. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
it's
It
going.
is perfect.
Okay. So I think some arrow is coming suddenly. Okay. So this is actually, this output is giving to the XOR, and then pub output you are generating from opt output. Actually, this using this helper data, you can XOR with this value. and actually this 256 due to the decoder. That decoder, it will generate the that original key, which is you generated from the manufacturing time. This key, whenever we are using this application type, we can use this key in the different in the for encryption and decryption purpose in the application area. So we are not storing anywhere. We are just generating the key using this pub technology.
Participants, please do not use any annotations. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am?
Sir, participants are using annotations. Please do not use the annotations. You may proceed with the presentation, sir.
It is not moving in the next slide because of this annotation, ma'am.
Okay. Karthikeyan,
See,
sir, can you discuss the annotations to the participants?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not moving actually. Yeah, I'm moving. Yeah.
Yeah, fine, sir. Please go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So next one further, we are going to. So far, we are discussed so initial concept and how to design the pub and how to use error correction. So now actually if you are using in the real time scenario, some kind of attacks possible. So what kind of attacks actually? So normally pub having some kind of attacks, but so far two kind of attacks not happen. So such as a physical cloning attack. So this physical cloning attack, it is not possible in the pub technology because this process variation normally it is changing. It is won't create the same kind of pub in the physical scenario. It is very difficult. So and another one for in the reverse engineering attack. So the reverse engineering attack is also very difficult because this attack actually if it is open the device, so automatically the device character will change. So no reverse engineering attack also happens so far. But some kind of attacks also possible, such as a mathematical cloning attack and another one for the physical attacks. So mathematical cloning attack, what they are normally the attacker doing, so reconstruct the pub model based on the mathematical modeling. So using that normally to applying the delay based pub kind of designs, they are generating in the same kind of model. So that model used to try to attack the pub technology. So another one for the non-invasive attack methodology using side channel information, try to reveal some kind of characteristics actually. So normally they are not attacking the revealed key, but they try to see the how the characteristic will change based on the pub designs. That also possible. So see the modeling attack. Normally how to modeling attack do. So this step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, 4 steps normally the modeling using. The step 1 actually in the modeling attack, what we do, so collect a large challenge and response using the target pub. You are applying different kind of challenge, you will generate the different kind of response. So this response and the challenge, so that this challenge and this challenge and response.
Participants,
Participants, please do not do it.
This challenge and response.
Any annotations.
This challenge and response normally we are going to generate using a huge number of challenge and response using the target pub. Then once you are generated the challenge response, we are giving to the learning algorithm. This is you can use for different kind of learning algorithm, such as machine learning algorithm, LR algorithm, or actually some other logic regression, or otherwise quick start algorithm. Different kind of algorithm is there. You can use that algorithm. You can calculate the parameter. Once you can derive the parameter, then you can apply new challenge to the target and also apply to the evaluation function. So it is giving to the generate to the based on the evaluative function response and also the target pub response response. You can compare with both the response. So it is matched, then response is predicted. Otherwise, the response is not predicted based on that modeling attack working on that. So next, so This actually we are using different kind of training data set normally using in the different kind of pub designs. So for example, arbiter pub design, if you are going to use logic regression method, so normally challenge and response in the 40,000 or 7 in the simulation based environment. The APG we need for 7,000, and another one for ASIC we need for the another 7,000 challenge response we need for the try to predict the fully. So this is the this is you see this slide actually. So different kind of pub technology, arbiter pub, XR pub, lightweight pub, and flip flop arbiter pub and RF pub. They are using for different kind of modeling attack methodology, trying to reveal the uh, response actually based on the prediction data. So, but actually, therefore, this is actually this tries of training data depends mainly for the pub structure and where the CRP source we are going to generate and what kind of ML algorithm used. This is fully on this kind of it's actually. So next one for so far we have discussed modeling attack on the strong pub. Now we can go for the weak pub. So weak pub actually modeling attacks. If you are going for weak pub, it is very difficult because so yeah, weak pub actually the fixed challenges. It is challenges are fixed and actually we are going to use few challenges. This is normally no external access to the response to the attacker for the key generation players. There's no access to the very challenge and response. That purpose actually it is not possible to the modeling attack on the weak pub. And another kind of attacks in side channel attacks. So this is a kind of attacks normally attacker not able to directly to the probe of the intermediate value based on the execution time, powering values and EM ratio. Based on that, they are trying to reveal some kind of information. So you see, this is the power-based SE attack. So normally, if you are going to give the master challenge to the give to the present algorithm, this algorithm it will going to generate 128 bits output. This output it is going to use a challenge of the arbiter verb. That output it is giving to the shift register. This output finally that output it is going to again the present. Then it will generate the 64 response. If you are going to see this kind of waveform based on that FUP algorithm, you see the FUP evolution, we are not going to predict any value, but the storing FUP actually, so response 1 is red color, response 0 is blue color. So based on the storing information, you see the 0 is actually occupied is less power compared to the response one. So based on that, we can storing time, we try to reveal some kind of information. So it is possible. So we want to look that also actually. So another one for the, if you are going to correlate the value, so normally for evolution time, we are not going to correlate and not reveal to any value. But if you see the determining the arbiter value, that time you try to reveal some kind of value. But only for the storing of response, that time only they are trying this correlated large value. So this is the important target point. Actually, the designer want to look actually if you are properly designed. Otherwise, attacker easily try to reveal some kind of information from the implementation of the code. So we want to careful for the designing of again this kind of attacks. So another thing actually how to use if you are in the practical scenario. So we want to use in the countermeasures to prevent this kind of attack. So normally actually we are using for the modeling techniques. We want to use for the application techniques for the challenge and response methodology, and also we want to use for handling non-linearity. So these kind of techniques actually prevent the modeling attack. And another kind of countermeasure actually power attacks. This is normally using for the Boolean function. We are using one of the countermeasure. And sometimes we can use actually pub unit. Normally, if you are not using, just we want to shut down. And whenever we want to use, we can activate and use it and properly shut down once we are after you used it. So this is the one kind of countermeasure. So another countermeasure we can use for it is for the EM attack. Normally add to the path randomizer and render leaving. This kind of countermeasure to disturb the EM simple frequency. We cannot see the EM's frequency. It is act as one of the countermeasure for the randomization method. So far actually pub designs and attacks we have discussed. Now we can go for pub usage and application. So in the pub actually so few features for different kind of feature. It has randomness property and a robustness property and uniqueness property. So using this kind of feature, what are the usage for it? In the mainly it is used for the cryptographic usage for key generation pseudo generator, and unique identification, and secure storage, authentication, and also IP protection. This kind of usage the pub is using normally. So application we know where this usage it is going to use in different kind of applications such as IoTs, artificial intelligence, automotives. This is normally this usage using. So you see the key generation. This key generation normally we know we are already discussed. So key enrollment and key reconstruction they are using. The key enrollment stable key generation from the pub response. So based on that, actually we are generate the helper data based on the helper key reconstruction, entering the original key using the helper data. So this helper data, this response to the key generator. This key generator generated the public and private key used for the cryptographical purpose. So next one for the key storage. So whenever we want to store the some information, either device, our laptops or mobile device, you can generate the pub from that electronic device itself. Using this pub generating the response, this response you used as a key. So this data it is giving to the input of the AES. This pub you act as a key of the AES algorithm. It will generate the encrypt and store it to the memory. So whenever you want, you can decrypt. So using this ciphertext. So same thing, this pub data used as a key. Then you can generate the, you can decrypt and send out to the data whenever we want to use that data. So this is the secure storage normally it is working on. Another one for the unique ID. So we are using for different kind of unique ID for e-passport, driving license, even our identification, ID cards. So this normally actually we are normally the non-volatile memory using actually key storage using for the identification purpose. Instead of storing, we can use for the pub technology. Directly you can use for identification purpose for in a different kind of applications. So next one for authentication. This is one of the very important application of the pub. So this is contract of the supply chain protection and anti-counterfeiting normally. So we are going to buy in the some product from outside country. So whenever actually they are generate there's once they are generating the once they are designing the pub, then they are based on the same time they are also generating the database based on the challenge and response. Once actually manufacturing send the data sets and also receive that product in the receiver, and actually we want to check this pub actually it is duplicate or not. We want to verify that actually we are give the challenge. It is same kind of response. It is received based on the device and the data set matched. Then then what happened? Then actually this authentication is achieved. Otherwise, this device is not authenticated. Then we can identify this is fake device. So based on this, because actually due to the IC characteristics, actually that output is won't change for in the same IC. So this kind of the signature it is used for the authentication purpose. This is not it is used for strong pub category. If you are going to use for the weak pub category, so this pub it is going to generate give to the encoder. This encoder will generate helper data. At the same time, actually this key will it will give to the hash. This hash value and helper data store in the database. This database actually store in the server. Once actually this is enrollment phase, and the authentication phase actually same pub device it will generate the response. It will give to the decoder. This decoder will generate the key, and the key out give to the cache value. This fourth hash value, this hash value and the server hash value both are matched. Then automatically that weak pub is matched. This is the another kind of authentication of the pub technology. So next one for the software integrity verification. This software integrity verification, we are going to actually some of the malware it is inject in the normally in the software. How to avoid that kind of software? So whenever we are going to so one actually even every device for Nokia device, Samsung device, or some other any kind of device to insert insert their software in their device, they can use this actually that act as one of the verification purpose. Actually it is protect the integrity purpose. We can use that. Actually what happened, actually software and hardware actually integrate with, and whenever actually that genuine actually that authorized person want to check that device, we can use that output. Actually, using this pub technology, they are going to verify this kind of software. They are using this pub technology. So this is the important one of the software integrity verification they are also using. So another one kind of application, it is booting technology. So bootloader normally loads using and verify the integrity. This pub technology using for the in the signature time. So the signature time they are using for the private key. That private key using generated from the pub technology. And the same time verification time they are using this uh, public key. That also based on that pub is generating from the public key also. So based on that verify, once it is verified that bootloader, then only the system will boot. So based on that secure boot also using in the technology. So another one application, actually the trusted zone normally using. For example, we are going to program and finally target in the FPGA or target in some other ASIC chips. What happened? The bitstorm, if it is normally not storing properly, the attacker possible to attack. So what it will do, actually this bitstorm, it is giving to the any kind of crypto algorithm. This pub challenge, it will generate the key and encrypt and store to the value. So same thing, actually whenever you want to load the bitstorm, you can decrypt and use it. So this is if it is using this kind of things, so a reverse engineering is possible. So that's the important of one of the application. So next one for actually, so yeah, so far we are so publications. This is the application of the pub technology. So some of the publications actually so far. This is my publication you see for. So we are I have discussed for some kind of designs and application, and also different kind of another designs also available. You please refer that this publication ACM transaction and embedded computing system and another microprocessor and microsystems, and also my PhD thesis, and also the international VLSA design conference, and also IEEE transaction security and systems. And based on that, actually based on that physical and function technology, actually Indian government actually funded to us, actually IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi and sets, actually we are going to develop a physical and function on the IC chip. If this IC chip we are going to use for the different kind of application. This is actually one of the huge fund they are sponsored to us, actually around 5 crore fund. So this is used this is physical and function, it is on this project. I think I talk is over. Thank you very much. So any question?
Participants, if you have any questions or queries, you can unmute yourself and ask the sir. Or even you can post in the chat box for the query clarification. Sir, I have a question, sir. If at all we have some error detection or error correction, how the methodology can be carried over here, sir, in an effective and efficient way? Because it deals with many architectures and interdisciplinary works as well, sir. So, how the error detection and correction can be carried out in this technology?
Yeah, we want to use extra module for the error correction module actually. So we actually generate the output for the response. So normally you can add the error correction. You can add that module also. So output of the pub response you can give to the error correction module. So whenever it will use in some kind of application, so the error correction module always it is going to correct the error and give the correct output.
Okay. So it has to be attached an additional module to the existing system. Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Is anybody has got any questions to clarify? Thank Thank you so much, sir, for your high technical deliberation. It was into a new dimension of this conference. Thank you so much for that. Now we shall step into the next process of this national conference on cyber security. Karthikeyan, sir, shall we proceed further for the proceedings?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Just 2 minutes, ma'am.
Yes. So now we have the National Conference on Security 20 proceedings released, signatories. In another 2 minutes, like we will be releasing the proceedings of the conference.
ஹலோ ரவி சார் கட்கேன்ட்ட சொல்லிட்டீங்களா?
The video is getting uploaded, so we shall have the proceedings released in another 2 minutes. Karthikeyan sir, are you doing it?
Ma'am, it's the proceedings.
Proceeding release of this conference by the dignitaries.
So, there is an arrow mark. If they scroll it, it can go.
This is the proceedings of the national conference. Karthikeyan sir, is this in video mode or PPT mode?
It's a book, ma'am. Proceedings book itself, ma'am. I'm just calling her.
Okay. I have a video of the proceedings too. Let me also share the video of the proceedings of the National Week Conference on Hardware Security. Can you view the video? Of proceedings.
Yes, ma'am. Part of the screen. It's visible. It's visible.
Oh.
Yeah. Just to share it at full window, ma'am.
Okay.
In the right corner, it will be maximization window. Yes.
Is it visible now, sir?
No, ma'am. Proceedings is not visible. You just close the top window and then replay it again.
One second.
Hello. Hello. Sir, உங்களுக்கு இப்போ வாட்ஸ்அப்ல I will share the results, sir, in Excel. Kindly you read, sir, announce the results, sir, after this proceedings.
Shall I do it, ma'am? It is showing a low
Yes,
bandwidth.
sir.
Low bandwidth. Oh,
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yes, sir.
ah,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
yes,
Please
it's
proceed.
clear. No issues. Presentation was very nice.
Again, sir, are you doing
I'm doing
it?
it, ma'am. Now is it visible?
Yeah, fine, sir. I could see the black screen. Yes, sir.
Right.
It is visible.
Now displaying, ma'am.
Yes. So it is a release of our conference proceedings. So for this 2 days National E-Conference on Hardware Security 2020 on 25th and 26th of June. And the very first day in the inauguration, we have released the souvenir with ISBN number. And we are now releasing the conference proceeding with ISBN number. So we have received more than 100 papers after the scrutinizing process. Like we have limited to 70 to 80 papers. All the works were being appreciating, and also it has been to say like all the paper which was completely relevant to the theme which we were conducting a conference on hardware security. So thanks to all the participants who have been continuously in association for this conference work. Disciplines and streams, we received a paper right from the embedded IoT, VLSI, antenna related papers, and also related to multiplexing papers in various domains, in various streams, disciplines, verticals. We received the papers from the participants. So we wholeheartedly thank all the participants for taking the efforts in preparing the paper and submitting on time as per the request we raised. And it was an absolute cooperation from the participant end, even if we wanted to do any corrections in the format and other. As per the instructions, the participants have cooperated us in a very successful manner. We absolutely thank all the participants for your high cooperations. So here we go with the e-conference proceeding of this Hardware Security 2020. So participants will be receiving both your souvenir copy and the conference proceeding copy over mail. Probably in the coming week you will be receiving, and also the certificates of your appreciation based on your best paper and participation also will be you will be receiving it over your mail. At the end of the session, you have to fill the feedback form. Once you fill the feedback form, based on that, like you will be receiving your certificates, and best paper and appreciation certificates we will be mailing to you separately. Though it is a virtual platform, we sincerely thank all the participants for getting highly involved in this conference. In spite of meeting so many technical issues, you have been completely cooperating with us to conduct it in a very smooth manner. It is a big thanks from the team of conference. So we shall start with the next process of the conference. Shall we proceed further, Hema ma'am?
Dear participants, the feedback link has been shared in the chat box. Kindly fill the feedback. Vanita ma'am, shall we go for the next session?
Yes. Now it is a proud and pride moment to share the announcement of best papers. Now I request our chief guest to appreciate and announce the winners of the conference. Dr. Nalla Anandakumar sir, over to you.
Madam, please send by PDF format. Hello? Yes, because it won't be opened by the mobile. Yeah.
In 2 minutes, the best paper will be announced. So we thank all the participants who have dedicatedly participating in presenting your work in our conference. But out of all, always like we should have some motivating drive factors to work in a forward aspect, work much more better. So in that perspective alone, in order to encourage the one who has dedicatedly worked for all these days, just to encourage the participants who have really done a great job. On that note only, like we are announcing the best paper. So we appreciate all the participants who have presented their papers in our conference, and also we give a great way to proceed further for your project works and research work based on the reviews and the comments which has been shared in the during the presentation by the session chairs. This will be a motivating factor for the one who is going to get the first prize or the best paper award. And additionally, it will be a good way to approach how to present or how to write a paper or how to do the technical interventions over in any of the work. Either it may be your research work or it may be your curricular project work. In all aspect, like you have to take this as a learning experience to fulfill the instructions which the team has given, and also like it should be ultimately benefited by the society. So whatever the project or the research which you carry out all through your life, please be more concerned about whether it is going to help the society in the near future. So that will be the most important factor in nowadays, especially in the situation of COVID. Many governing bodies are requesting for solutions for providing COVID related issues. So it will be very great, students, that if you concentrate much over the present situation and to find out some technical solutions for all the issues which we are facing, even it may be in a minimal or a maximal, no matter what, but our contribution and the execution plays a vital role in all perspectives. So in every kind, the team, the ECE department will support irrespective of the college. We will be supporting all the students in all the basis of research. Anytime you can contact back us for pursuing your research or your project work. Thank you. We shall proceed, sir. Nalla Anand Kumar, sir.
So far, still not yet received that PDF format. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Take your time, sir. Students, just stay online for another few minutes for announcing the best paper award of this National E-Conference on Hardware Security 2020. The support and participation are highly appreciated. Meantime, the feedback link has been shared in the chat box. You may fill the feedback links, which will help us to sort out and also to provide ease to you. So I request all the participants who have joined here to fill the feedbacks, and also a kind request to all the participants who presented your papers. If at all in yesterday session, if you have missed the feedback links, you may proceed now. Make sure that all the team members have filled this feedback link for receiving your e-certificates for getting participated in this conference. So please check with your peer team whether the entire team members have filled the feedback form. So this will help in ease in giving back your e-certificates. I hope everyone would have received it. If not, kindly post in the chat box. We shall help you out. So kindly fill the feedback links which is posted in the chat box. It will take yet another few minutes to release or announce the best paper? HOD ma'am, will this be the right time to announce the best paper? Karthikeyan sir,
Yes, ma'am.
yes sir, shall we get ready or still it will take some time?
I think we can announce it. Sir has got the message.
Actually, not that. Maybe the technical issue means the actually, madam, your side itself actually try to announce. I think so far not received. Maybe some technical issue. I think
Okay, okay.
because they sent a XLS file actually, but it is not open by WhatsApp.
Oh,
Okay, sir.
okay,
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 sir.
sir.
No
Okay,
issues,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, I'm waiting
Hopefully,
for
ma'am.
that PDF format. Yeah.
Vanita?
Okay, sir. Okay,
HOD
sir.
madam.
Hello, Vanita?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Audible?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible, ma'am.
Hello?
Hello, yes, ma'am. Please
Actually,
proceed, ma'am.
the problem in sending the it will be sent to Mr. Karthikeyan. Just share it in the screen. Sir will announce it.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Karthikeyan
Okay,
sir,
ma'am.
okay, ma'am. Now, how you going to share it, ma'am?
you will be
mail.
receiving it, madam.
Mail. In the mail. Hello?
He
Mail.
has sent.
Yeah. To your
Ah,
mail I have shared.
you receive.
Something is showing new results.
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am,
So, Karthikeyan sir will be sharing the screen of the best paper winners. So, you kindly announce it, sir. Are you getting it, Karthikeyan sir? You are in mute. Karthikeyan sir, you are in mute.
ma'am, just 1 minute. This Excel file is in not shareable format. I'm converting into PDF. It will be happen in 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Participants, in another 2 minutes, we will be releasing the best paper. Very sorry for the delay happening because of the technical issues. Hope you will understand. As the things are happening in virtual platform, we face every challenges as in different and new hurdles for us. So your results are about to get released. presentation, please. Cut Kane, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing it. Doing it.
Nalla Anand Kumar, sir. It's time to announce the winners of the National E-Conference Hardware Security 2020. Please do the honors, sir.
Yeah, I am happy to announce that so the first, second, and second. The paper actually, the first paper actually, power control doubly feed induction. So the name of the authors is Kumar and Dinesh. So JPR or Engineering College. That is the first paper actually. So second is design of parallel and prefix header for high speed and low slide utilization in FPGA. So author of that paper, Raj O and Aditya S and Praveen.A and Saravakumar.D and mentor Dr. R. Uma Professor, JPR Institute of Technology. So that is the second paper of that conference. So that assessment of positive and negative states of children with item spectrum disorder using the electrocardiogram signals and the machine learning algorithm. So author of the paper is Dr. S. Director Professor Trisha J. and Harini J.R. So that Wells Technology. So that also is the second day actually. So the result of internal paper. So please go down. Please move the cursor down.
Kindly
So
scroll down.
Is it visible now, sir?
Internal paper actually organic scholar cells limitation and the possibilities for improvement. So the name of the authors Muhammad Vyas and Bismia Mohan and Muhammad Sadiq and Dr. Sita Devi Barbla. So the yeah, that is internal paper 2080. So the second one is vehicle to vehicle based systems. So that is author of that paper Vijay and Sanjan Kumar. So Vijay and Sanjan Kumar and Moganam and Ram Jande. So that is the second of the paper in the internal paper. So the result of the internal. Yeah. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thanks so much for doing the honors. Now, I call upon Mrs. R. Mohanapriya, Assistant Professor of ECE, to deliver the concluding remarks about the conference.
Good morning to one and all present here. It is a great proceedings held for 2 days. I am very grateful to be a member of organizing committee of this national e-conference on hardware security. On behalf of the conference organizing team, I would like to express my gratitude to all of you who have come together from various nook and corner of India to participate in this national e-conference on hardware security. In fact, it has been said earlier on inauguration session, this is the first time we have joined virtually for a conference on hardware security. The inauguration session was graced by Chief Guest Sri Vineet Dwivedi, Scientist G, DRDO SAG, Delhi. The keynote address was given by Ms. Suganya Annadurai, Scientist, SETS Lab, Chennai, who explained about side channel analysis in hardware security. And Dr. Nalla Anand Kumar, Scientist from SETS, gave wonderful presentation on physical unclonable functions. We have received more than 100 papers from various states in India. Out of that, 82 papers were selected for presentation. The technical session was split into 4 sessions. In each session, we 20 papers. We got overwhelming response from the participants. The first session was coordinated by Mr. Karthikeyan and Mohanapriya, Assistant Professor, Department of EC. And session chair was Dr. Arul Chelvi, Associate Professor, EC from Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, conducted in Cisco WebEx platform. The second session was coordinated by Mr. Vijay, HOD Madam, Dr. L.K. Hema, Dr. Sita Devi Bharatullah, Associate Professor EC, and session chaired by Dr. Tandya Prabhu from JPR Institute of Technology. And it was conducted in Zoom platform. The third session was coordinated by Mr. Rajat Kumar Dwivedi and Ms. Vanita, Assistant Professor EC, and Session Chair Dr. Jyoti Lakshmi, Associate Professor EC from Wales, conducted in Zoom platform. The fourth session was coordinated by Dr. Sita Devi and Mr. Rajat Kumar, Assistant Professor EC, and the session was chaired by Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi, Associate Professor EC from Wales. It was conducted in Zoom platform. We have got a Best Paper Award for both the external participants and internal participants. The first prize was obtained by JPR SRR Engineering College for the power control of doubly fed induction by Preet Kumar and Dinesh. The second prize is shared by two. The design of parallel prefix adder for high speed and low slice utilization FPGA by Raj Adityan Praveen and Saranan Kumar of JPR Institute of Technology. The second place is also shared by Wales University student Ms. Trisha and Harni for the paper titled Assessment of Positive and Negative States of Children with Autism Spectrum Disorder using Electrocardiogram Signals and Machine Learning Algorithms. And the internal paper, the first place goes to Mohammad Fayaz, Vishmaya, Mohammad Said and mentor Dr. Sita Devi Madam for the paper titled Organic Solar Cells Limitations and Possibilities for Improvement. At the second place for the vehicle to vehicle based speed manipulation systems for collision avoidance using CAN protocol. The paper authors are Sanjay Kumar, Mohana, Ramjin and Vijay. So these are about the awards for the papers. This has been a wonderful e-conference. We are also grateful to all those who have been involved in this organization of this event. While they are too numerous to name individually. So I thank each and everyone who have made this e-conference a grand success during this pandemic. As said by Lily Walters, the success of your presentation will be judged not by the knowledge you send, but by what the listener receives. So at the end, I will conclude our journey will not over by this conference alone. I request our enthusiastic participants to be with us in upcoming conferences to share your innovations with us. Let us join hands together to make new innovations useful to the society we live. I am signing off with a quote, push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. Thank you all.
Now it's time to share everyone's opinion. So always sharing everyone's opinion is a good step towards success in future endeavors. On this note, I request the participants to share their views and feedback of the conference in these 2 days. Participants, kindly unmute yourself and share the feedback. So this will help us in improvising in the near future.
Now I request Arukselvi Madam to give a feedback on the conference, and then it will be helpful for us to do better, ma'am. Arukselvi Madam. Arukselvi ma'am.
Video since participants are leaving. Hello, am I audible?
No, ma'am, it's breaking.
Yes. ask us to show their video so that we can take a photograph.
I request all the participants to turn on the video to take a clip. Kindly cooperate. Please turn on your videos. I request all the participants to turn on your videos for a virtual photograph. Turn on your videos.
Karthikeyan sir.
மேம் சொல்லுங்க மேம். எஸ் மேம்.
So you asked me to give the.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I attended the conference since yesterday. So National Conference on Hardware Security. It was very informative. So I got the information from the keynote speakers and the coordination among the faculties, the way they were conducting the session, they are organizing the function. Very good.
Thank you, madam. Any other participant to give their feedback? Faculty colleagues from other. Hema madam from Bharat University. I request Hema madam from Bharat University to give a feedback. Mr. Raj from JPR Institute of Technology.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Can you give your yes. Kindly give your feedback.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure. I am Raj from JPR Institute of Technology, and I am very happy because my paper received a second place in the same conference. This is my first experience that attending a conference through online. I am very happy, and I give a thanks to my mentor, Dr. Uma, assistant professor of ECE department, and I'm very pleasure to thanks AVIT Institute to give me this wonderful opportunity. And thank you so and hearted thanks to my team members. Thanks a lot. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hema ma'am.
Yes.
Shall we proceed, ma'am?
12 shall we?
Yes. We can close.
Can have other meetings at medical college now.
Okay. We can conclude.
Karthikeyan sir, kindly propose the vote of thanks.
See, it's been a privilege to give a vote of thanks for this national conference on hardware security, and First of all, I thank Almighty for us to given us strength to work on this, and then work for the society, work for ourselves,
Again, sir, your
for
voice is
the
breaking.
world.
Your voice is.
Oh, okay. Right. So, yes, I would like to express heartfelt thanks to our magnanimous management for giving support to do this type of conferences in virtual platforms, right? So I thank Chancellor Dr. A.S. Ganesan and Director Madam Dr. Anuradha Ganesan for their support and permission to do conduct the conferences. And then I thank our Director Research Dr. S.A.V. Satyamurthy for his support and guidances. And I thank Dr. K.L. Shanmuganathan, our principal, for the motivation and support extended towards the conferences and all the other activities which is available. And I thank all the vice principals of AVIT, Dr. D. Vijayendra Babu, Professor P. Rajasekaran, Dr. S.P. Sangeeta, and uh, and all the faculty members and all the management faculty members for
Karthi sir,
supporting
thank you, sir.
us. And and especially on special thanks to our keynote speakers, Sri Vinit Dwivedi, scientist DRDO, Srimati Suganya Annadurai, scientist sets, and Sri Nalla Anand Kumar sir, scientist sets.
The
So
voice
thanks for
is
your
not
keynote
clear.
address, and thanks for your keynote address and support towards the conferences. Right. I thank all the
The voice
supporting
is
staff,
not audible.
those who are helped during this conference. And I thank all the participants and all the session chairs, and a special thanks to our the web team, those who are supported during with our brochures, designs, and everything. Thank you so much, and special thanks to your faculty colleagues for their coordination and
Okay, ra.
cooperation. Thank you so much. Right. Thank you. Vanita ma'am,
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
we can conclude, ma'am.
Yes. Yes. End the meeting. Once again, a big thanks from the Department of ECE and ABIT for your kind cooperation to all the members who have connected for this conference. Thank you all for your support and expecting the same in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Right.
Shall we end, ma'am? HOD ma'am?
நல்லா முடிஞ்சுச்சு.